is everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Water's in you and me and you.
Hello and welcome back to Water Education TV. Today we're kicking off our new season with a fun interactive activity about stormwater for learners of all ages. You can learn more about this activity and more in the Discover Stormwater Kids Activity Booklet. When you walk through your city, you probably pass by several storm drains every day. But do you know where the water goes once it flows through the storm drain? What about the trash and contaminants that might go along with it? Today's activity will help students consider what they can do to keep their waters clean and safe. We're getting a little crafty for this activity, so we're going to need some materials. We're building a functioning model of a city's stormwater system. We'll use a big piece of cardboard for our base, and then we'll also use wax paper, clay, tape, sponges, and whatever you'd like to simulate pollution. So today we're using cocoa powder, green food coloring, and some salt, but you can get more creative if you'd like. Let's start with the cardboard as our base, and cover it with wax paper to make it waterproof. From there, we'll use clay to create a model of the city's stormwater system. Cities are designed to keep water off the roads for our safety. When it rains, water flows down gutters and into storm drains until it's let out into a body of water. Now let's run some water through our stormwater system to test it out. Some stormwater management systems also use permeable areas such as wetlands or green spaces to soak up some of the storm water before it gets let out into a body of water. We're going to use pieces of an actual sponge to simulate these permeable areas in our model. What did you observe? The contaminants that were spread throughout the city to begin with all ended up in the same place at the end. This is a great example of non-point source pollution. If you saw those contaminants in the river after flowing through the stormwater system, you wouldn't be able to tell exactly where they had come from. On the other hand, our sponges helped to soak up some of the contaminants before they were able to reach the waterway at the end of the stormwater system. That's why some stormwater managers choose to integrate permeable areas into their stormwater management systems. It's also important for us as individuals to understand that stormwater goes directly into waterways without being treated. So that's why it's up to us to make sure that we keep contaminants out of storm drains. Now that we've learned what happens to stormwater after it flows through the storm drains, try paying attention to the stormwater system in your city. And if you'd like to do this activity with your students, you can place your order for Discover Stormwater Kids Activity Booklets at store.projectwet.org. Thanks for joining me for Water Education TV.
Water is everywhere, everywhere.